Well, hello there, and welcome to Cityline. It is great to be in your home. We are zooming from my home into yours, and we have a great hour ahead of us. Later on, we'll be talking with the Destiny City Film Festival. Yup, it's that time again. And so you get to find out exactly what wonderful films that you have the opportunity to view. The Boys and Girls Club of Puget Sound will be here to talk about what they are up to, and also their Youth of the Year will be here. United Way of Pierce County is going to stop by. Ms. Donna Ponapito will be here to talk about the programs that they have and their continued efforts to rid Pierce County of poverty. Our Humane Society will be here with our Pet of the Week. And then with me right now is somebody who I have so enjoyed getting to know. I'm talking about Cynthia Tucker. She is the president of the Tacoma City Association of Colored Women's Club. Good morning, Cynthia.
Good morning.
It is so good to have you on Cityline, my dear. Thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome. It's glad to be here.
So Cynthia, tell us, for people who may not know, who is the Tacoma City Association of Colored Women's Clubs?
We are a nonprofit organization in the city of Tacoma in the state of Washington.
And where are you located, and what are your hours of operations, my dear?
We are located at 2316 South Yakima Avenue, and we do not have any set hours of operation, basically because of COVID. But you can leave us your phone number, and you can call us on 253-627-9777. Allow 5 days to respond to your message.
I love that. So, Cynthia, why is this club named the Colored Women's Clubs?
Well, in the 1800s, African American people were called colored people. And so anything that we did was done underneath of that name. So it was the colored women in the 1800s who started this organization, colored women from all over United States. Most organizations do not change their names when the time changes. Our original name was the Federation of Colored Women. Our original time we met was in Boston, Massachusetts. The following year, we moved to Washington, D.C., where we changed our name to the National Association of Colored Women's Clubs.
Wow, that's quite the history. So in terms of Tacoma, what is the brief history here in our city?
Well, in 1895, as I said about the Federation, we also formed clubs throughout the states. We were in 40 states. We are now down to 33 states because a lot of our members have passed. And so we haven't been able to recruit new members, but we have a team, a task force on that trying to recruit. But briefly, we were associated with other states. We hold a convention every year, whether it's regional, national, or federal, which is in Washington, D.C.
Wow, my goodness. So when we think about Tacoma and we think about the rich history in Tacoma and all the momentum, what projects does this organization have for the next several years, Cynthia?
Well, let's see. We are trying to seal up a deal by purchasing the Dr. Nettie Asbury home on 1219 South 13th Street, and also rebuilding of the Tacoma City Association of Colored Women's Clubs that is on Yakima Avenue.
So let's talk about briefly about the Nettie Asbury house, because that is, it is first off, she is a Tacoma icon. Secondly, yes. So is the property. So tell us how long you've been working on this and what kind of help are you getting from the community?
Well, we have been working on this project for the last 4 to 5 years. Forterra originally came to us and alerted us about the property and that it would possibly be for sale. And of course, we were very much interested. And so right now, presently, we have the governor and some of our legislators involved in helping us to get the funds to purchase the Dr. Nitty Asbury home. The Tacoma City Association is another project we're doing, which that is an old building, very old, over 50 years old. And we have been wanting to renovate, but the cost to renovate is almost as much as trying to get a new building. So we selected to go with a new building. Some of the things we want to do is, when we first originated, we were a senior center. So we like to open up technology to seniors because we have always reached out to the community to offer classes or anything that they need in order to help the community grow.
So as you mentioned, when I asked you about the organization, you mentioned that some of the organizations, the attendance has dwindled a bit since the beginning. Even now, are you accepting new memberships and or donations?
Yes, we always are open for new memberships and donations also. Nobody turns down donations. But with the memberships, in order to keep this club active, you need members in order to keep on the work that has been started by women 105 years ago.
So, Cynthia, when you think about new members, what are the requirements of becoming a new member, and what does a new member typically experience?
Well, anyone can join our organization. It doesn't matter what your nationality is, what your age is. Some of our national clubs even have a teen club. So we are open to anyone joining, and we will share the club history and help you grow. Our motto is lifting as we climb.
So, Cynthia, are men allowed to join?
Yes, we do allow men to join. That's a very good question. But men cannot hold, according to our national and regional and state bylaws, they cannot hold a title and become an officer, such as, i.e., a president, vice president. But we allow men to join. Over the years, we had a lot of husbands who joined us. They went to our conventions, and we really appreciate their joining of our club. We have 3 men presently in the Tacoma City Association.
All right. So, Cynthia, when you think about this club and you think about before COVID and now in COVID, so what did this club look like in terms of its gatherings and its meetings before COVID?
Well, before COVID, we held our Founders Day program. We had a Juneteenth program, Martin Luther King Day program, and we had a Kwanzaa program in December. And all of those programs, we usually offer a luncheon or a dinner. It all depends on what time we were holding the program. And it was open to the public. Anyone could come in and join. We also did a Black History Month. We also did a program which we opened it up to the public, and a lot of people come in, and that was very successful.
And so now that we are still sheltering in place, we're only in phase 2. How is this club surviving now?
Well, we have to be a little bit creative. We do a lot of our meetings by Zoom. We did hold our Kwanzaa program at the clubhouse, but what we did was we had the tables lined up with gift baskets for children. and they came in one door and exit out the other door to keep everybody from gathering up in that space. It worked out very well. It was a bit chilly because we had the doors open, but we were able to have over 50 people, 50 children attend that day. So now we're doing, for example, for Black History Month, we're doing a book oratory, and we open it up to anyone who wanted to read the book that we had selected for the month, which is Raisin in the Sun. On February 27th, we will have a Zoom meeting where we can discuss that book. So we're just being very creative in what we can do to protect the public and ourselves from anyone getting ill.
Cynthia, I love the website that you have on Facebook. It's a very active website. There are people constantly posting about things like Raisin in the Sun, things about Nettie Asbury, many articles about our second pandemic with the Black Lives Matter movement going on. So can you tell us about the website and how we can follow it and what we can expect in the next month or so?
Well, our website is very active. We try to keep up with things that are going on in the community that affect not Washington State residents and also the Tacoma residents, and activities that are going on, the Zooms that, you know, one thing about the Zoom, you can do it from your home. You can attend a conference. There's so much you can do and see. And so we're offering a lot and letting the public know on Facebook and in our website the things that is going on. On our website, we do have an event page that lets you know the events coming up that are held right there within the Tacoma City Association.
I love that. Cynthia, lastly, before we were on the air, we were talking about fabulous Carol Mitchell, who was the original Cityline host. I stand on her shoulders. I would not be sitting here if it were not for the glory and the talent of Carol Mitchell. So when we think about Carol Mitchell and how we used to have you on quite a bit, I want to make sure that you come back at least once every 6 months, because this club, we need to know what's going on with this club. And I'm a member of this club. Everybody needs to be a member of this club, because either you stand in the solution or you stand in the problem.
Well, you know, you are so correct. There's so much stuff going on in our society right now, and people need something positive to look forward to. They need some positive thinking, because it's not the end of the world, and there's so much that we can see and so much that we can do, so many people out there need some positive interaction in the day's world. And so at the Tacoma City Association, that's one of the things we want to do, and we have always done, so we keep it right there within the community, trying to help the community stay positive. We will come out of this, and we are still live, and we are still having events, maybe in a different form, but we are still contributing to the community.
Oh, I love that. And Cynthia, I can't thank you enough for your time today. And I'm going to see you very soon, within 6 months. Don't make me chase you, okay?
All righty. You don't have to chase me. You're fine.